Welcome to our discussion of the written case study. So far, your case team has done a lot of work to gather materials. You've shot video, interviewed the key figures, and gathered background information from databases and other sources. Now it's time to put it all together. In this lesson, we're going to explore how to organize your written case, how to frame the story, how to bring data into the case, how to raise issues, and how to spark the debates that you want to see in the classroom. The case study puts the students right in the middle of a real-world issue with no easy answers. The case study usually explores a dilemma in a limited time, a limited place, with limited information. In many ways, the case study is a form of cultural anthropology. In their work, anthropologists immerse themselves in another world to observe what happens in great detail. Case writers go deep to explore the pros and cons of various options and issues, and the students get immersed in real-world dilemmas. By becoming part of that world, you develop empathy for the people and what matters to them, and how they address common concerns. By going deep, it's as if they were part of the story themselves. This up-close and personal style of engagement makes for lively classroom debates. A case study is a short treatment of an issue that matters. In just 8 to 12 pages, the case introduces the audience to a difficult challenge or issue, provides key information, and then leaves the rest of the work up to the students. Stylistically, the case study is often more casual than an academic work, less caught up in jargon. The point, remember, is not to see how many angels dance on the head of a pin, as medieval scholars once described academic work, but to introduce people to fascinating issues and ideas. The case study also breaks issues down into topics and subtopics, like many academic papers. While making no claim to be comprehensive, the case study does provide enough context to make sense of a big, complex issue. The case study may use some footnotes to guide students to additional resources, but it makes no pretense to explore the whole literature on a topic. Interviews are central to most case studies. Why? Because they bring the audience into the middle of the story, into the middle of a debate over key issues. Two kinds of interviews give life to a case study. First, participants in an issue or controversy bring us into their world, what they care about, what challenges they face, what pressures they deal with. When you interview 5 or 10 people, you get multiple points of view. That helps illustrate the major point of case studies, that there is no easy answer to any complex problem. Second, interviews with experts let us step back from the story to get perspective, to understand how this case study might shed light on issues far beyond the immediate narrative. Looking for a formula? While case studies take different formats, it probably makes sense to consider a simple template. In the beginning, say the first 2 or 3 pages, introduce the people and the issues that they are struggling with. Start by showing 1 or 2 characters debating an issue, wondering what to do. Describe their world and values, the issues that matter, and what options they are considering. Then give some background about the issue, the organization or community, maybe some history leading up to this moment. Then get back to the people sorting through their dilemma. Explore how they frame the issue and some disagreements that might arise about what the issue actually is. Then explain some of the options. In this age of information overload, keep it short and sweet, and keep it lively. Make it an engaging read. Emphasize the intriguing and surprising aspects of the issue, while at the same time providing a good summary of the issue. Don't be afraid to say what you see. If you're describing a moment of complete chaos and crisis, make that clear. Don't be so concerned about presenting all sides of an issue that you don't point out the reality of the situation, even if it's ugly. Finally, use simple sentences and paragraphs. Avoid academic gobbledygook. Use the active voice. Use simple words. Say who does what, subject, verb, object. Be exact, and always ask yourself these basic questions over and over. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Make sure the written case and the video case match each other, reinforce each other. Think of them as partners, not alternative realities or different takes on an issue. At the same time, don't just tell the same story in each of the two formats. Make sure that you present different dimensions of the same story and the same issue. Use video to show the things that a written case can't show. Use the written case to dive into the details that the video can't get into. Always, always leave matters open for discussion. Think of both the digital and the written cases as invitations to a conversation, not the final word about anything.